Hey everyone, this is Jorge Soto and you're watching Startups Unedited.
If you were to think about the experience of raising your seed round, I mean, you've raised from 500 startups, you've built a great organization and are a real warrior. If you were to think about that fundraising experience, what was that really like? Is it as glamorous as everyone thinks it is?
So we raised our seed round from Funders Club, 500 startups, micro ventures. I'd say those were and e-ventures. Those are like the biggest investors in the round. And it's really stressful. It's really stressful internally because everyone wants to make sure we get that money. And when you're doing it for the first time, you have no idea what the process is like. So you have no idea if it's going well or not. And so maybe stress is the wrong word, but I would say it's just it's high anxiety, and it's really exciting. It's really fun, actually, to be in a position where you're getting invited to a lot of boardrooms and having conversations with a lot of people you admire. And, and it takes, some time to get to that point, but I'd say it's hard because there's a lot of uncertainty, but it's really fun because especially for the first time, it's just a big milestone.
How'd you know when your pitch deck was ready to go? Did you just kind of iterate, and then say, you know what, this is the best I think we're going to get, and let's just go for it?
Yeah, my process for fundraising is I put together a deck myself. It looks terrible, no design. I show it to my co-founder. We make edits. I show it to him again. We make edits. Then I show it to close advisors, make edits, send it off to design, make it look good, show it to 4 or 5 more entrepreneurs, and then start asking for introductions.
Awesome. So let's take a quick minute to kind of think about your experience raising the money. In retrospect now, what do you wish that you kind of knew beforehand going in that you learned throughout the process?
Well, right after demo day, we started raising our seed round, and then we stopped because we were doing it all wrong. We got advice from one of my mentors, this guy named Jason Friedman. He's the founder of a company called 17 Floors. He's a genius, and he's pretty incredible when it comes to understanding Silicon Valley. And pretty much what he told me was I was doing it all wrong because I wasn't focusing on growing. He asked me how fast we were growing, and I didn't even know the answer. And what he told me to do was grow more than 20% monthly and let me know when we do that and to get back to him. And it took us 8 months to do that. And we were growing maybe 20% weekly or something, really, really fast. And we were able to raise the round in 2 weeks or 3 weeks once we went to go fundraise. So what I tell people all the time is that grow. And nothing really matters for a seed round unless you're a second-time entrepreneur. You just have a crazy good idea that people are willing to invest in. But the vast majority of the time, people are investing in growth in a seed round.
What attributes of a business would categorize or would be categorized as growth? Are we talking revenue? Are we just talking any sort of growth metric?
It depends on the type of company. Is it a social network? Is it a B2B tool? But it's usually tied to the thing that leads to revenue. So page views for an advertising platform, potentially, but usually a social network and its number of active users. If it's a mobile app, number of monthly active users. If it's but I primarily know B2B and e-commerce, and it's always revenue.
Awesome. Chris, have a wonderful morning. Thanks so much for doing this. Have a great day.
No problem. Talk to you later.